Have you ever sat alone in a quiet room after dark and wondered if everything is truly all right when you're by yourself? Many people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond feel this way, yet almost no one says it out loud. Living independently gives you freedom, beautiful, meaningful freedom, but it can also hide small challenges that slowly drain your comfort and peace. As someone who has spent years caring for seniors, I've seen how overlooking tiny signs, like emotional shifts or physical changes, can affect your well-being in ways you may not notice until they grow. Today, I'll walk you through 5 common mistakes to avoid when you're living on your own, along with simple and cost-free ways to stay healthy, confident, and grounded. Be sure to stay with me until the 5th point. It's often ignored, but it's the key to keeping your joy and independence for years to come. First, avoid withdrawing from people. It's easy for anyone living alone to slip into patterns of isolation, even without meaning to. Maybe your children are busy with their own families. Maybe your closest friends moved away or are dealing with their own health. Maybe a bit of pain or stiffness keeps you home more than before. Before long, days start blending together, and the quiet that once felt comforting begins to feel a little too heavy. This kind of isolation affects far more than mood. It affects your entire body. Research and real-life experience show that long stretches of loneliness can strain your heart, weaken your immune system, disturb your sleep, and even shorten your lifespan. That's how powerful human connection is. When you spend too much time alone, your body shifts into a light stress mode. Hormones like cortisol stay elevated. Inflammation increases. Over time, this raises the risk of heart issues, strokes, memory decline, and slower healing. You might notice trouble sleeping, poor appetite, or a loss of motivation to eat well, exercise, or get outside. These are warning signs, not of aging itself, but of missing connection. It happens more as we grow older because our social circles naturally shrink. We retire. We lose loved ones. Hearing, walking, or energy changes make outings harder. We may avoid busy places or uneven walkways out of fear of falling. But while our circumstances change, our need for connection doesn't. Our minds need conversation and stimulation the same way our bodies need movement. Many of my patients describe this as a steady dullness, not sadness exactly, just an emotional fog. They lose interest in things they once enjoyed. They wake up without clear motivation. They eat less or move less, simply because no one is around to notice. These are signals that you need contact, not proof that you're declining. Let me share Emma's story. After losing her partner, she spent most days sitting at home. Her home, once warm and full of laughter, felt too quiet. When her neighbor invited her to a simple 40-minute chat circle at the community center, she went only to be polite. But week by week she came back with brighter eyes, small stories, and a livelier voice. Nothing dramatic, just gentle human connection. It transformed her energy and gave her days new color. You don't need crowds or noisy gatherings. Start small. Call a friend every few days. Step outside for a brief neighborhood walk. Visit a local senior activity once a week. Or volunteer somewhere that needs your wisdom and patience. Libraries, animal shelters, community centers. Even brief interactions help your heart and mind stay alive. Solitude can refresh you, but isolation drains you. Ask yourself, when was the last time you spoke with someone just for pleasure? If it's been a while, make that your first step. Second, don't overlook health checks and safety in your home. Independence is wonderful, but it also means you're the main person watching out for your well-being. And small risks at home can grow quickly without you noticing. As we age, our senses shift quietly. Vision changes may make it hard to notice a loose rug or a dark corner. Balance changes can increase the risk of tripping. Bones become more fragile, so a simple fall that might barely bruise a younger person could mean a fracture, head injury, or long hospital stay for someone over 60. Why do people miss these hazards? Because your home feels familiar. You've walked those floors for years. A curled rug, a tangled phone charger, or poor lighting becomes part of the scenery. You don't notice it anymore. And with health, we often dismiss dizziness, chest pressure, or memory slips as just age, when they might be signs your body needs attention. Falls are one of the biggest dangers for older adults living alone. I've cared for people who fell and weren't found for hours or even a whole day because no one checked in. That delay makes injuries far worse. Ignoring symptoms like chest discomfort, sudden confusion, or faintness can be just as dangerous. But the good news, most risks are easily reduced. Keep floors clear, secure rugs with grips, add motion sensor lights in hallways and bathrooms, keep your phone with you at all times, or wear a medical alert button. These simple steps aren't about fear, they're about strengthening your independence so you can stay in your home confidently. Third, don't ignore your emotional and mental well-being. Your inner life matters as much as your physical health. Many older adults quietly struggle with grief, loneliness, or worry, especially after losing a partner or after major life changes. But ignoring these feelings doesn't make them disappear. It makes them heavier. Emotional health affects your entire body. Low mood can worsen chronic pain, weaken immunity, increase blood pressure, and disrupt sleep. Anxiety can drain your energy and make daily tasks feel overwhelming. These experiences are common but not inevitable. They are signals that your emotional needs deserve attention. Take Henry, for example. After losing his wife, he insisted he was fine, but he wasn't eating well, couldn't sleep, and lost interest in the woodwork he once loved. After joining a grief support group, he slowly found comfort in sharing and hearing others' experiences. Grief didn't disappear, but it softened. His joy returned through small steps. Your mind needs nourishment. Read, learn something new, reconnect with old hobbies, try gentle, creative activities, or talk to someone you trust. If feelings of sadness or worry persist, speaking with a counselor or doctor is a wise and strong choice, not a weakness. Ask yourself, what is one small thing that brings you peace? A warm drink at sunrise, music from your younger years, a short prayer, or tending to a plant. Those moments matter deeply. Fourth, don't neglect your finances or spend without awareness. Living alone means handling everything, from budgeting to bills. This can be stressful, especially if your partner once managed the finances. And financial stress affects your health just as much as emotional stress. It increases anxiety, affects sleep, and creates constant tension. Older adults living alone are also prime targets for scams. Scammers often pretend to be officials, relatives, or service providers. They use urgency or friendliness to gain trust. Many fall victim not because they aren't smart, but because scammers are highly trained. To protect yourself, create a simple monthly budget on paper. Keep track of what comes in and what goes out. Pause before any unexpected purchase or financial request, and if someone asks for personal information, hang up and call the official number printed on your bill or card. Real organizations never threaten or rush you. Fifth, don't forget to pursue joy. This is the one most people overlook, yet it makes the biggest difference. Many older adults give up small pleasures because they think they're too old or too busy, or because joy feels unimportant. But joy is essential. It reduces stress, strengthens the heart, lifts your mood, and keeps you mentally sharp. Joy doesn't need to be big. It can be tending to plants, cooking something you love, doing light movement to old music, spending a moment in the sun, or connecting with something that makes you smile. Your happiness keeps your spirit alive. To close, we've covered 5 vital spots to enrich your later times with safety, cheer, and meaning. But knowing helps only if you act. So, what's your one promise today? Maybe, I'll reach a pal soon, or I'll fix my lights. Share in comments to lift others. If this touched you, tap like to spread it. Join by subscribing for more shared wisdom in our group. Pass to one who needs it. you could brighten their path. Thanks deeply. Stay well, thoughtful, and see you next time.